What's up, fellow adventure hunters? As always, it's your boy Az, and if you can't already tell, today's going to be a different kind of video. The reason for that is because what I'm about to tell you needs to be put out in the open. Recently, there have been some revelations, essentially surrounding one particular individual who is making it very hard for the Urbex community to take him seriously. He's also doing a lot of things that are not very becoming of an up-and-coming urban explorer. So today, I'm going to expose the awful truth in documentary format, which I'll try and keep funny, and I do also apologize. There's going to be a lot of Fast and Furious references in this, but it's the only way I can get my point across in a way that's both funny and still makes sense.
No faith.
Oh, I have faith in you, but this isn't a junkyard, this is a garage.
So basically, there's this one guy, and where we first found out about him was because we went to the abandoned hospital, which we later found out was an abortion clinic. Not the point, but the point is, this place was pristine. When a place is pristine, most Urbexers or urban explorers will choose not to leave their shitty little tags. And when I say shitty little tags, I don't mean one that shouts out your Instagram or anything like that. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. A shitty little tag is the kind of tag that is done by someone who genuinely just doesn't care about a particular space. This space, being pristine, would typically mean to anyone, even someone who leaves their Instagram tag places. I have done that, happy to admit that, but only in places where, you know, it's trashed enough that who gives a shit. This particular place really didn't sit well with me. Here's a clip. Oh, are you for real, dude? Are you for real? Dude, really? No. No. It's disrespectful, man.
That's not on.
That is really not on. That's not on. Right, now you saw that tag there. Now, before anyone jumps at me in the comment section and says, but dude, that's Unseen Urbex. You like that guy, he's pretty cool. Why would you all of a sudden have beef? Let me just correct you on something. I don't have beef with Unseen Urbex. Okay, never have, never will. Do you know why? It's because he had actually not been there before that tag was written on the wall.
Got him!
Kind of interesting that, isn't it? Do you know how I know? I messaged him via Instagram. Asked him, dude, is that your tag? He goes, no. I already knew it wasn't because he wouldn't be so dumb as to misspell it. Do you know who would? This guy, and I'll show you a clip.
This drop is so big, and I don't know how I got up, and I can't get down there. I have to call the fire brigade.
Better picture me rolling, riding brand new rims, but them bitches are stolen, stranded on death.
The very same. The guy that got stuck at Nilex and had to get assistance getting out of there.
Step bro, help! I can't get
up, help! Stop this, what are you doing? What are you doing, you silly? What happened?
Now, if that wasn't funny enough, right? The guy then said that he saw unseen Urbex and explore skips at that abandoned abortion clinic putting their tags on the wall.
Fake news.
Two things. Firstly, they never use fine blue marker to do their tags. Secondly, they know how to spell their own Instagram tag. Thirdly, they put an @ in front of both ones, typically. Fourthly, it's a bastardized version of Comic Sans. I'll show you an example of the actual tag here. Right? And fifthly, I don't know if you ever go that far, but here we are. The tag is always done in a thick marker of some description. I don't know exactly what. Could be a Posca for all I know. But what's more interesting is this same person, the same person who got stuck at Nilex, admitted that he wrote that tag.
Coincidence? I think not!
We still don't know why. The Melbourne Urbex community still has no idea why this guy's done that. It does not make any sense whatsoever. So I don't know if it's to try and get kudos, to get some cool points. That's not how it works. In the Urbex community, you have to pay your dues. I did. Everyone else did. I came from checking out some crappy rundown house, probably 40k down the road. This guy claims to have over 1,000 locations.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
I can tell you that there aren't 1,000 locations across Melbourne and the greater Melbourne area. There just isn't. It's probably under 100 total that are worth seeing.
Just can't climb in the ring with all the eight because you think you box.
So check it out, it's like this. I lose, winner takes my car clean and clear. But if I win, I take the cash and I take the respect.
One other thing I will state is that the Urbex community is very much a family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
You help each other out, right? Give someone an address, they might give you a cool one. And more often than not, it ends up being an amazing address that you've not been to before. It ends up being an amazing explore, something that you just weren't expecting, and you may even see more at that location than the person who told you about it did.
Wow. 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 Wow.
That happened to me recently. I will upload that video soon if it hasn't already. It was the mention in the trees. Thank you very much to the Frightened Explorer for that. Yeah, this kid's basically like, I've got 1,000 locations, but he wouldn't give any of them out unless people would trade with it.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
Now, it got to the point where I started to realize this kid's pattern of speech. Basically, he would be like, well, if you were interested, I should say, in somewhere he'd been, he'd be like, I know the address. Do you know it? And then you'd be like, no, that's why I asked you. He's like, well, I've been. And you sit there going, hang on a minute. This is baiting.
That's bait.
What he was doing was trying to convince you he'd been somewhere. Then he would essentially try and extract information out of you if you knew where a location was. That to me tells me he didn't know where half of the places actually were and was trying to get addresses out of people by them doing the work for him. That's, again, not how this works. If you want to be something in the Urbex community, you sit down, stay humble, and you work very, very hard to get to where you've got to go. Also, this hobby is not about chasing clout. It just shouldn't be, okay? If you're one of those people who graffitis a place or leaves your tag as a form of chasing clout, that's your prerogative. That's entirely fine. I don't really agree with it. I don't mind people who will leave their tag somewhere that says, hey, check out my Instagram. That's totally cool. That's what I've done a handful of times. I'm probably going to stop doing it. You don't need to be big in the Urbex community. You just need to be a part of it. If you want to be part of the Urbex community, you have to be willing to be part of a family.
Family.
If you become a black sheep like this dickhead did, no one wants you to be any part of it.
You can't sit with us.
On top of that, this same person is essentially giving out his map of multiple addresses to people, a lot of which are not actually abandoned properties. They're just accessible. That's not on. Urban exploration is not about getting into places that are owned or active, I should say, in that sense, because that's not just illegal, that's very, very fucking dumb.
You know, I ought to vandalize your ass with my foot.
That's like me going up to a police station with a can of spray paint and being like, I'm gonna walk right on in and just be like, Adventure Hunters Oz on the wall. He also gave out publicly in a group chat the name of Unseen Urbex.
You a cop? Let's go for a little ride.
What?
That is something you definitely don't do. Unlike myself, a lot of urban explorers like to remain completely anonymous. Unseen Urbex is one of them. I've got nothing but respect for other urban explorers. The reason being is I would not be where I am at over 400 subs on my YouTube channel if it weren't for how generous and accepting the Urbex community is. When you do things like this, you deserve no place in the Urbex community. There, I said it. Pack your shit and fuck off.
Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late and I can't wait for you to be gone.
Someone had to say it. Again, you can't be a part of a family, just jump in the ring and box because you think you're all that in a bag of potato chips. You're a piece of shit. Fuck off. Adios. Bye. Stop shitting on other people to build yourself up. You're done. No one wants you here. Oh, and is this defamation of character? No. You know what defamation of character is? When you use someone's Instagram handle that they didn't put there, can prove they didn't put there, went to that location after the fact, okay, and then made an Instagram post about how they didn't ever put that tag there and wouldn't, you're a piece of shit. Pack your shit and fuck off. Hey, some people might say to me, could this individual be redeemed? Hard question to answer. Why? Well, everyone's been a teenager at some point in their life and they all feel like they've got something to prove. In adulthood, you realize that being mature is not about proving something to someone. You don't have to do that anymore. You just do things and people see you for who you are, right? At the moment, an entire community is looking down upon you, good sir.
I don't want to talk to you no more, you empty-headed animal food trough whopper. I fart in your general direction.
It's as simple as that. You cannot go around claiming that you have untouched locations that everyone's been to, that you have over 1,000 of them, most of which in one instance, 300 of which were in one location. That does not count. That's 299 more than it actually is. Just because that particular location is the size of a suburb, which no one should go to. Let me just point that out. You know which one, okay, does not make you some kind of god of urban exploration. You need to stop. You're gonna land yourself in so much trouble, and you're already making this hobby harder for people like me, people in the Melbourne Urbex community. You have to stop, or you have to pay your dues, and you've got a lot of learning to do before you get to that point. Oh well, guys, so that was the story about an Urbexer who was found out. And boy, is it an interesting.
You're a cunt.